Some of the women, all of them have been fascinating, but some have moved us in particular. And those have been the women in uniform.
A Philippine podcast show dedicated to help you thrive for greatness.
This guy is phenomenally passionate about what he does.
How freaking amazing Jameer is. So skilled and so qualified, and I highly recommend him.
Without a doubt, the best funnel builder I've ever come across.
Yeah, really into the detail and cannot recommend him highly enough.
Not only was efficient and fast, but he understood the project.
The person who built our entire funnel from beginning to end and has been with us since day one is Jameer.
Nothing But Up, the podcast. With your host, Jameer and
I'm always flexing.
Guys, welcome to the podcast. This is Nothing But Up, the podcast, episode 16. And yes, this is Jameer Angelo, your host for today. And I'm coming to you live on this beautiful Saturday evening. And when I say live, it is really live. And again, for, everyone that has tuned in earlier, I'm really sorry. We had some technical issues, for some reasons. I lost my power here. So I had to run all the way back to turn it on. And now I'm already here. So sadly, shit happens when you go live. But the hell with it. We will make this a great night for all of us, guys. So anyway, today is October 17th, Saturday. And before we officially start the show, I'd just like to greet my loving sister, Connie Faye. Happy birthday to you. I miss you so much. I hope you're having a blast by now. I love you and hope you're doing well there. And also advance happy birthday to my son, Memphis Jin. He'll be turning 8 this coming Monday. So happy birthday to you, little boy. Anyway, I'd like to also send out my love, for everybody that has fully supported the show. I've received so many feedback from you. Couple messages coming in from my Facebook page and couple comments we're seeing from our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for that. Keep on supporting, guys. This podcast show is solely for you. With the crazy, things that we're facing during this pandemic, it's really tough for all of us. But I'm really hoping that this show is bringing him some inspiration for all of you, despite this crazy times that we're all in. And guys, I thought about asking you this tonight. At the start of the show, you've seen a short clip or snippet of our topic, which is about women in uniform. And I'd like to ask you, and this goes out to everybody that has tuned in right now, and I want you to tell me, if you were given the opportunity to pick one profession you feel that women need to be more in population or in numbers and in command, what male dominant profession will that have to be? Right? I think for me, I'll probably go with basketball referees, like the NBA and the PBA referees. I'd love to see more women doing the officiating for the games. With women, at least for me personally, I feel like they are more sharper, more fair. And I also think that we can see more competitiveness from players having to, follow or step back with the rules implemented by female referees. Just my personal take. So guys, drop your comments below. Would really appreciate that. Tell me your answer. And again, if you were given the opportunity to pick one profession you feel that women need to be more in population, in numbers and command, what male dominant profession will that be? So I guess I'll just put, there you go. So drop your comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. So our guest today and myself, we will try to pick the best comment And we will be giving away a Nothing But Up the podcast t-shirt for you, for the winner, at the end of our show. And that should be a great deal for all of you guys. But there's more. We are also giving away Cole's Cansi, a cup of happiness, right into you. And and that will be given out as well to the winner for the best comment. And we'll go through your comments later on in your show. So drop those in. And as what I mentioned, the best one or the best comment wins all these prizes we have for you. By the way, Mr. Dave Maestacampo and Ma'am Lou of Cole's Cansi, thank you so much for your continuous support in our show. Appreciate you so much for that. And, for everybody in Cebu, in Sibunga, shout out to everybody, to my ever supportive wife. Thank you so much for hanging out on the podcast right now. And I'd also like to give some love to all of our frontliners. You have been, tirelessly protecting us. And to all our doctors, our nurses, police officers, our soldiers, thank you for being here with us. I'm just truly wishing that this nightmare ends, this pandemic ends. And guys, speaking of frontliners, like, the police officers and soldiers, well, tonight we have a very important guest on our show today that will somehow try and shed us some light about women in uniform, which is exactly what our topic is all about. I am so freaking excited about this episode today and our guest today in our podcast. And because she is someone so dear to me. We had so much fun. And I believe we had some crazy history together. And she is my batchmate in high school. Shout out to Batch 98, Sibunga National High School. Hope you're having a good night today. And we are representing all of you. So shout out to all of you. This episode is also for you. You see, change is understood better in action than words. While it is about time for people to stop believing that men alone can be suited up in uniforms and serve the country, the talk is now converted into action. Over the last couple of years, women have been, shattered, and I believe shattered the glass ceiling by joining the armed forces like the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force to serve their respective countries, while the role of women in the armed forces was limited to probably within the medical profession. Along the way, the armed forces have had to bend the norm and accommodate women. Coming in, women's might and passion, signaling a radical move towards gender parity. Women have to face significant difficulties like unequal payments, gender divisions, homophobia, and disrespect. For me, women are stronger than men, courageous, at least in my opinion. And I have so much respect with women who made it through the Army to the Navy, becoming a police officer. Because, those jobs, guys, are tough to crack, man. So tough that not all men could even freaking endure the training that these women went through. And today on this episode, we are so lucky to have Miss Ceilo Lucero, Equipment Parts Sergeant at New York Army National Guard. She'll be on our show today. Let's try and get her perspective about women in uniform and the life abroad, the life of a Filipina in one of the toughest cities to crack in the world, New York City. I promise you guys, if you stick around, we will try and grab a little dose of inspiration from her story. So just try and stick around. For now, let's try and go check some of your comments today. Hold on a second. Let me do that real quick for you. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. And I guess earlier today, for everybody that went in, we had some issues. And gladly we're back. And that's the thing if we're going live. But looking on to our comment, we have one here from Lucille. Hello, boss. The best podcaster in town. Nah, seriously, you're kidding me. But anyway, if that's true, well, I take that as a compliment. Thank you, Lucille. We have one from Macy, my wife, Cole's Cansi, all the way. Yeah, guys. If you haven't, if you're just recently tuning in, we will be giving away, a Nothing But Up T-shirt for all of you for the best, comment that we'll be having in our show, and we'll also be giving away Cole's Cansi for free to the best comment that we'll be having in our show. So, guys, please answer that question. If you were given the opportunity to pick one profession you feel that women need to be more in population or numbers and command, what do you think would be the male dominant profession that you would have to pick, right? So get those comments in. And guys, for now, let's try and have a quick break, and let's try to get a word from our sponsor.
As they say, food takes people to places. So during these crazy times, one can take his taste buds on a trip to Western Visayas by trying out one of its specialties. If you've ever been to Negros Occidental, you may have already tried its famous comfort food, Cansi. It's a dish made with slow-cooked beef shanks in deep sour broth soup. Bacolod City is particularly famous for Cansi. It's an iconic Ilonggo dish that is now available in Cebu. Good news for Cebuanos. You can now indulge with a bowl or two of Cansi in Cebu. Introducing Cole's Cansi. Located in the heart of Cebu. Open to serve you daily. To order, visit and message them on Facebook. Satisfy your craving and relieve that stress away. Cole's Cansi, an iconic Ilonggo dish that is now available in Cebu.
I'm always flexing.
Guys, welcome back to our show. This is Nothing But Up, the podcast, episode 16. And for some of you who just tuned in, it's never too late, guys. Keep those comments coming in, because we'll be again giving away Nothing But Up T-shirt for you and Cole's Cansi for all of you. So questions right there. So keep it coming, guys. And guys, let's not hold this off any longer. I am so honored and pleased to have our guest in our show today. And guys, she's born and raised here in the Philippines. And she moved at age 23, went to Norway, worked as a nanny for 2 years. He went to Denmark for 8 months and then moved to Canada about a year. And then finally moved to the United States year 2008. She is presently residing or lives in Averill Park, New York with her husband, Tom, and daughter, Danielle. She became an enlisted U.S. Army year 2014. She also went to basic training August of 2014 and graduated training in 2015. She also worked as a supply technician for U.S. Property and Fiscal Office, New York Army National Guard, and that is from June 2015 till September 2017. Worked as a supply systems analyst for ID Department, NYARNG, and that stands for New York Army National Guard, which was September 2017 till September of 2018. And then October 2018 till present, she works as a supply technician for Tank and Automotive Armament Command in Watervliet Arsenal, New York. Guys, I'm so excited to introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Ceilo Lucero. Welcome to the podcast, baby.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm good. Thank you.
Awesome, Shay. And thank you for sticking around. I know I really hate to say this, but what happened earlier really sucks. It sucks
That's
like hell.
Yeah, shit's happen,
know. Yeah, shit happens, but that usually happens when we go live. You really can't predict.
Yes.
But for everybody who has tuned in, I know that some of you tuned in earlier, and for some reasons we got cut out. And for everybody's information, I had lost my power here, so I had to run all the way back to turn my genset on. and once it's turned on, I have to set up everything all over again. And for one, I just appreciate you, Shallow, for really sticking with us today. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm here all day. No worries.
All right, awesome shit. So anyway, I think to right now it's almost about 9 in the morning there in your time, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, right about. Yeah, because it's 8:50 p.m. here, which should be
No,
8:50
8:50
a.m.
a.m. here. Yes.
Cool. She, I just really, really want to pick your brain with our topic today. At the start of this podcast episode, and I don't know if you've noticed, but it was really a quick clip, providing some shout out for, the women in uniform. With that, what's your opinion about, having equal rights with working from a male dominant profession like what you have right now?
I think the U.S. Army. This is so funny because when I went to the basic training, they all tell us that like we are equal. You know what females can do, males can do it too, or what males can do, females can do. So they don't treat us differently. So we are all the same. So the
Nice.
training is everything the same too. So if so so yeah, so whatever
Oh,
it is the males doing, we can do it too. So that's the army right now.
wow.
And yes, and they actually like respect us for that. Like um I do not feel any like discrimination in my job. The well, for me it's like like ever since I'm here in the United States, I do not feel like any discrimination in regards to my race, in regards to my accent, because I still have the accent.
Mhm.
And
Oh, which is still perfectly fine. I mean, you're talking really good, huh? And
yeah,
I'm kind of
but
getting that New York vibe in you.
no,
Really?
I don't. But like, and still my accent and my grammar. You know me from high school. I don't speak that much. It's like for like English.
Ah,
I'm not really good for English
ah.
speaking, whatever. So, but here they are actually respect me. In the army, like everybody in here in the United States respects the service members. So if I go to the store in uniform,
Mm,
people will stop and shake your hands, and they will all say like thank you for your service. How's that? It's like even the kids, they will actually do that to me sometimes. Like I just go run in the store quickly because I don't want people to like notice me, and then I go out too.
well, that
But
is pretty interesting, Shek. Because I
yes.
mean, when it comes to the army, or maybe with the navy, or those type of job or professions are really male dominant. And if you're telling me right now that you really haven't gone through some serious discrimination, and how many years have you worked there in total, by the way, Shep?
I've been in the army for like 6 years now.
Nice.
Yeah, 6 years, and I've been doing my job for like, yeah, pretty much the same, because that's what happens, like, and I think it's because I don't really care much, or no, it's not the right word, but it's just like I am doing what I am supposed to do. So when they
Yeah,
told
true.
me, yeah, when they asked me to do this, and I excelled that, because it's not that I wanted to, but when when I'm given a job, I just want that job like to work for me. Like it's easier for me to work on. So I work hard so that to fix everything so that it will be like better for me. Then I could
Mm,
understand it. So that's how I excel in doing things, because I want that job easier for me in the long run. So I don't
yeah.
have to do as much. So that's basically how it is. It's like how could I make this job easier for me? So that's like it's a hard work at first, but as soon as I get into it, and it's easier.
And you're getting the jive out of it at the
Yes,
moment.
so it's
Yeah,
it's
getting the
actually
hang.
very easy. Yeah. So I fix it and I get right to it, and then I get high respect with that from my commanders. They gave me awards and everything's like, hey, it's like, how did you work on it? Like, yes, like on my free time I do it. It's like, really? Like, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's one of the edge we Filipinos have, right?
Yes, I think so.
Compared to the Western guys, or some folks that you're working. But I guess people may not know this, but I called you yesterday, and I was kind of like speaking with you over Facebook, and then one of your coworkers was there, and I was really laughing so hard, and I was like, "Wow, you're working in an environment where
Yes.
people are so cool, right?
Yeah,
They
they
laugh
are
with
like
you,
that. Yeah,
and
even my boss, he would just tell me like, he won't even like tell me what to do. It's like she got it. So it's like I don't have like he would tell me like this is what you have to do every day. Like no, he would just give me like a project and I will work to it and I'll report. I remember so to report like monthly whatever. So he doesn't follow up with me. I just give reports. That's it.
or that's probably, I think the reason maybe is that your boss may have so much trust in you that you have proven to deliver every
Yeah.
time.
Yes, he actually gave me a lot of work to do because he knows that if he gave me a job, it will be completed. I will work on it like as quickly as possible. So that's why he keeps giving me a lot of jobs. Like, oh God! And then he told me once, it's like it's very unfair because he knows that if that person like works better compared to
Mhm.
the other, that person will get more job. And I was just laughing because he told me that. It's like yeah, it's like yeah, I know it's unfair.
Actually, I'm wondering. I think yesterday you mentioned that you wait. Every time you go report for work, you wake up around 5 in the morning. There, is that right?
Yes, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm. And how far are
Yeah,
you from your base?
like 25 to 30 minutes. That's it.
Uh-huh. Cool,
So
cool,
it's
cool.
not that far. The drive is like there's no traffic. It's just and
Wow,
then
lucky for you.
no traffic because it's early in the morning. Nobody's in there.
Yeah. Nice, nice. And Shay, I'm pretty much interested to ask you this because it's been quite a while that we were able to touch base, and I guess it's really about time to get to hang. And
Yes.
the cool thing that we're hanging out in my podcast, which came as a good blessing for me at least to have you on our show. But for all the listeners out there, and for perhaps that's interested to know, before you even got to a point in where you landed a job in the U.S. Army, let's talk about how you started shit. I know you left the country at a very young age, and you and I know we had so much history together way back in high school, but you've never ever shared that you had plans of going abroad before. What made you decide to go work and live abroad?
Well, when I was like high school, I don't have any plans of going abroad. Nothing,
I know.
nothing. I don't think. Yeah, I would just stay in the Philippines. Like what would I do over there? I don't have. But then, since I think that was when I finished college. Like that was March of 2003, and then I
Mhm.
and I took the board exam and I failed. Like, whoo. So it was like a wake up call, like, hey, you're not good at this. So it's like, hey, it's a wake up call. When you fail at something, you must excel on something, like move on. So,
Yeah.
and then my aunt from Norway called, like, hey, do you want to work here? I have a good employer for you. It was like, and do you want someone who could drive? It's like, yeah, sure. I'm very excited. Like I'm going. So I did. They started my process at that time, like November, when after I get the result that I failed the board exam or something. So I started the process. I went to Manila and applied for it, like submitted all my paperwork, and it actually I think my visa was approved in June,
Mhm.
and I left the country by July of
Uh-huh.
2004, and that it's all started right there. I had a very like my employer was like so nice to me. They're very nice people. Uh, they are rich too. I like as a nanny, I am being provided with a car, which I could take like free gas, and I can take it on my day off That's awesome.
Wow.
Yes,
That
that's
is
cool thing. I
that
know
is awesome. That is awesome. And you want to share? I don't know if you remember this, but I believe I when you were in what was your first country that you went through? Was it
Norway. Yeah.
Norway?
Yes.
I'm not quite sure if that was when that time I we were communicating before, right? Through Yahoo
Yes.
Messenger, the
Yes. You
the OG
contacted me.
Messenger back in the days.
Yeah, I think you contacted me when I was in Denmark. You have a crazy life going on, and oh
Yeah,
my
I know,
God.
I know. And I had
Oh
to
my.
share I had to share my shit with you.
Yes, it's like I was in Denmark. It's like, oh my God, what's going on with this guy? It's like, oh.
Yeah, seriously, I really needed some outlet during those times. I was really kind of lost. I believe that was 2006, maybe 2007.
Yes, yes, 2006. I remember
Yeah.
that time because I was in Denmark. I stayed for 2 years in Norway, and then 2006 I moved to Denmark, and that's when you contacted me. It's like, oh my God.
And we were like talking almost every day during those times, and
Yes, and then
perhaps
you were gone.
I really had to get some diversion, with the shit things that has happened in life. And you were always there, Shay, and I really appreciate you for sticking with me. Those were some of the times that I was really kind of lost. And thank you, I thank you so much for hanging in with
I,
me.
I I don't know what's going on with you. I think you're taking your problems. You take it seriously. It's like
Take it seriously.
you're so dramatic. Oh my God.
I've been so dramatic.
Yeah, ever since we're in high school, you are so dramatic, man.
You
It's like,
know
oh,
that. You know that.
yes, it's like, oh my God, Drew, like it looks like you are not a man.
I don't know, Shay. I think that's perhaps one of my weaknesses. Even up to date, I still act that way, and
Really?
yeah, I do. And I've been really trying to change. I mean, that part of my life. But it's something that I really need to work on. Maybe we're not getting any younger, but I'm still trying my best to be the best that I can. But anyway, enough with that. Enough with that. But I do still remember that back, about a decade or more than a decade ago, we're always hanging out, even if you're outside the country, which is really cool. But I mean, working for the U.S. Army is for me, such a badass accomplishment you have. And in all fairness, not all men have the balls to even get into that profession. How did you go about deciding to take that profession seriously? For you?
This is really funny. So, uh, hold on, I have to blow my nose. It's so
Go,
cold
go,
in
go,
here.
go, go. Just this is what happens
So,
when we're alive, guys.
yes. Oh, I know. So, this is so funny. So I started. I think I was a nursing assistant before. I
Mhm.
work in a private hospital. It's a big hospital in here in my area. It's a St.
Mhm.
Peter's Hospital. I worked there for 2 years, and then of course, like I heard that somebody told me, it's like, hey, you better like at the VA Veterans Hospital. They're paying like a $5 more than what
Mhm.
we get paid in the other hospital. Like, oh sure. So I search on it. It's like, oh shit, I need to be an American citizen. So I applied for my American citizenship at that time, like
Mhm.
2013, and I got it. And then I think by August or June, I think August of 2013,
That same year.
I yes, because 2013, I think 2013 I got my American citizenship by May, and then I
Uh-huh.
applied. So that's all I needed to apply. So by August of 2013, I got the job. So at the VA Veterans, if you in here, in order for you to apply for a federal jobs, you have to be an American citizen. So you know that you
Uh,
cannot, yeah, you cannot get a job for a federal job if you're not a citizen. So that's one of the requirements. So I need to get the citizenship. So by that year, I get. So I am very focused on what I want. So
uh,
so it's like yeah, that year also I got hired as in the Veterans Affairs Hospital, and yeah, I
mm.
applied in there, and I had my orientation, and I met this Filipina, like oh my god, a badass, a U.S. Army Filipina. She was a captain back then.
Wow.
Yes, she was deployed in Iraq. When remember that time when there's a war in there?
Oh
She
yes, yes,
was
for sure.
Yeah, she was there busting houses with the infantry men. Like
Really?
yes, in the ground, a Filipina, Ate Telma. So I called her Ate Telma, and I was so amazed by her stories. It was like, yeah, she was there, and she came back to the U.S. Still complete, 10 fingers and 10 toes, and we
Wow.
hung out together. Yes, and then that's I know her, and then uh, and I told her, it's like, yeah, I'm interested in joining and in the army. And she said, like, yeah, you could actually, because you have a job in here, you could actually do it part-time. Like, you only
Mm.
have to go like 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year for the training. Like, sure, I can do
Mhm.
that. And then I kind of like forget about it. And after 6 months, it was so quiet in the hospital. We don't have a lot of patients, so this is what we do if we don't have anything to do. So we just go log in the computer and do the
Mhm.
trainings online, something. And then I just go check the USA jobs website where we get the federal jobs. It's all hiring in there, federal jobs. So I went in there, and then here comes the jobs, like supply technician. But there's a hint right there at the bottom. uh the requirements, you need to be a member of the National Guard. Like, whoo, my goodness.
And Shay, for everybody listening, what do you mean by that? If you have to be a member of the National Guard, how tough is it?
Meaning you need to enlist for the army, go for the training.
Oh,
So I
the
was
whole nine yards,
yes,
the
the
training.
whole yes, it's we have the army has different, like we have the New York the Army National Guard, we have the reserve, and we have the active army, the US Army. But we
Mhm.
are all going to the same training. It doesn't matter. So you are a reserve, National Guard, we are all going to the same training together. So we are all going
And
there. So
how
it's like
how long was the training, Shay?
the training, it was tough. It's like this is the like I went there, and then uh we are all like early in the morning on the shipment day. We call it shipment day. We are all get shipped. we
No, that's one heck of a funny term there.
Yes, we are all get shipped, and then we are meeting in the something like recruiters. Like we have like a clinic, and then we all get tested for like a P test. So to make it sure we didn't like take any drugs. So that's the
Mm.
P. So a sample P, and then we are all get cleared at 6 o'clock in the morning. We all meet there, and then those young people, they're actually like in-house them in a hotel so that they don't do something crazy the night before.
Seriously.
Yes, put them in a hotel and like guard them so that they don't do anything crazy the night before the shipment. But me, I'm old enough, so they trusted me. So I'll just go meet them in the morning. So I met them in the morning, and then that day, after all the urine tests came back and we are all good to go, so
Mhm.
we are in a black van going to the airport. All of us, like, who, with our backpack on, only a backpack.
Really?
Yeah, with our paperwork, like a folder of paperwork that we give it when we get there. And then you have a voucher too, phone voucher, that we just go, and then in the airport restaurant, and we will show them like, hey, the food. And they know people in there. Sometimes like they will give us free food because they know that we are going for the army training. Like, people are so nice in here. Overall, I can't I can't say anything like wrong in here in the United States. Like,
Really?
yeah, they are so good. Sometimes on the plane, if they see us like on uniform, they will give us like on a first class. They will like, it's like they are
Give
so happy.
way
And
for all of you.
yes. And this is what I noticed, like all in the when we go in the plane, and they will always announce it like all service member could go go in
First
first,
class.
just like, yeah, no, not first class, but we
Ah.
could go in like we are the priority. So all service
Okay, makes
member
sense.
like priority to be seated. So like, it's every airline in the United States. So we are priorities to be seated first, you
Oh
know.
God.
So yes, that's that is really like our families. It's like dang, it's like, and we have in the airports we have all these like it's I don't know, but we have I forget the term, but we have a lounge for us.
A
It's like
special lounge. Okay.
yes, for the army, because we are like our bases are in the United States Army. We're all over the world, so you know we
True. True.
travel.
Yeah.
So we have that too in here.
Now, what
And
about you? Have you ever had the chance to travel abroad? You know, in relation to your work and stuff.
no, I didn't get that chance. I don't know. So but my friend told me that uh my friend told me that like you need to experience that because it's different and it's so nice. That's what she told me. But like I never get the chance to travel. I was hoping to, but my husband
Maybe not
doesn't want
yet.
me to
Maybe not
deploy.
yet.
Well, I only have 2 years left. Like no, not even 2 years. Like 19 months left in the army.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. And
And what do you mean? What do you mean? That's it? You are retiring after 19 months?
yes, we are moving to the Philippines.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm gonna be having another pair of this.
I know. So yeah.
You owe me, everyone. Anyway, Shay, I mean that's a pretty interesting story you got there, and yeah, that must have been a pretty tough thing to crack. But anyway, I mean, with all the crazy experiences you had, you know, getting into the army and all those stuff, you know, having to work there already is a great accomplishment, just in my opinion, right? I don't know you. I don't know about you guys listening to this podcast, but it's no joke. It
Well,
is. It is
yes,
a tough job to crack.
it is. It is like when I this is like when I look at the job, right, the hiring jobs, like yeah, you need to be a member of the National Guard. So that's when that time I contacted a recruiter that my friend gave it to me like 6 months ago. So I contacted like, hey, I'm interested, blah blah blah, and then just a text message. And I wasn't thinking because I'm not sure if I'm going, but I'm not 100% that he will reply me back through a text. And he called me. He's like, yes, we need to set up a meeting. I was like, oh my god, this is serious. And yeah, that's what happened. So I set up. I have so many questions regarding money because I have a job, and then how
Yeah.
will I the income? So you know, how will I keep the money coming into the household? And in he actually gave me some rundown of what I'm getting, which is really good because if you are in the United States Army, like going for the training, they will pay for your a family separation per month. Like yes, because you are
And how much is
separated.
it?
It's I think it's like by that time it's like $200 family separation monthly. So 200 they will pay for your
Damn.
mortgage too. My mortgage in here is like 1/4
Wait.
that
You're
yeah they
telling me
will
$200 per month?
yeah per month for that one. And then and then the mortgage they're paying me 1,800 per month. That is yes, that is tax free. And they gave me my basic salary, so everything, so it's actually more than what I'm getting paid through my regular jobs. Like yeah, okay, I'm in, sign me up.
It's a no-brainer then.
Yeah, yes, it's like, and then I was thinking, it's like yeah, I'm going for a paid, like you know, workout. That's what I was thinking. It's like
A paid workout.
a paid workout. So I'm going there. It's like, oh my god, as soon as I get there, I was thinking, it's like, oh my god, what I did, what did I do to my life? I don't need all of this.
You see, I've never really ever imagined you to be working in the you know, not just the army, but the U.S. Army, for Christ's sake, right? Those
It
are
was
one thing that I really couldn't imagine. But you know what, Jay, I'm so glad. I'm so glad for what you have accomplished. It's really a tough. Even myself, can't imagine if I'm gonna be, you know, going through the training and all this shit. And even for the movies I watch, like the training you guys are in, I know those are just movies, but just basing from those, I'm not sure if it might be that exaggerated or whatnot. but it's a tough thing to be in. And speaking about that, Shay, I mean, with the current accomplishment you have now, could you share to me what do you think is your biggest breakthrough professionally? If you can share that over.
Well, uh, like this is what like I was feeling this. Okay, when I went to the training and I completed everything, and
Mhm.
I was marching. We were marching on the road, like on the road, with our
Mhm.
families on the side road, watching us. We were all like pretty with our dress uniform, and I was like,
Mhm.
I was actually feeling in my heart, like, wow, this is the biggest accomplishment of like that I did in my life, the whole life career. I even told my friend that she's a major now, the major of the U.S. Army. It's like I told
Wow.
her that it's like this is the biggest. I feel it in my heart because when I it's different when I graduated college. I didn't feel that way. It's like, it's just a college degree, whatever. But when I graduated, when I made the training, I like what I've been through in there, like the pain, my body that I don't think I could keep on moving forward. Like day after day, it's like different pain. My
Mhm.
toes my like I have like infected toes through the 16-mile rock march with a heavy load in my back with a
Wow.
rifle. That rock march, it's like it was tough, but I completed everything and I was so proud of it. It's like, oh my god, I didn't know. It was like back then, it's like that was the greatest accomplishment I did. Like,
Wow. Well,
oh my
if
god.
you're talking about rifle, was it a real rifle that you were holding?
Yes, we like, yeah, on the basic training, that's your baby. You have to sleep with your rifle. Yes, you
How
have
much
to
does it
guard.
weigh? I mean, carrying it over.
I don't know how much it weight, but you have to carry it, everything. You have to run with it.
Seriously.
Yes, with your boots and complete uniforms. Like you have to run with your rifle. Like, you have to do all those crazy things. You have to watch your rifle, like all the time. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, they gave us the rifle and you have to like watch guard. You have to sleep with your rifle, guard it.
Oh man, I'm so blown by that shit. I mean, that is definitely such an accomplishment. And even myself, I don't think I can
Yes.
dare fulfilling that,
So
fulfilling that situation. That must
yeah,
have been
oh my god, it was like you never thought, like I never thought that I could make it. I never thought. And then my friend, it's in my head, she told me,
Mhm.
in order for you to go home quickly as possible, you have to finish everything,
Mhm.
like finish every training that they gave you, then you will go home, or like you will go home quickly, because if you give up in there, they will keep you longer. That's what she told me.
Oh,
So I did not give up. So I just
how
like keep
long
on
is the
moving.
training again, shit?
For the basic training, all the physical training is like 10 weeks. That's all physical, like
And then,
running. So you have to run before you can eat. So you have to run faster, because if you run slower, like how many laps you have to run, if you run slower, you will be at the back of the line. So you cannot eat as much as, so now you have to run faster, so you'll be in front of the line and you can eat. You have
I
longer
would
time to
probably
eat.
run faster too because I love to
I-
eat.
oh yeah, but like you have to like run faster, like it's not just one lap, like you'll be like 4 laps, before
Wow,
to go in. So it was like a workout.
a
And
total
then
workout. That
yes, it was a workout. We have to wake up very early in the morning, for like exercises, running. We have
Mhm.
different like physical activities. And we have to throw hand
Crazy.
grenades. We have to qualify for a rifle marksmanship. We have
Wait,
to,
what?
yeah,
Throw hand grenades?
yes, that's part of the training. We have to throw hand grenades.
Wow. How did you go
Yes,
over doing that?
you have to pass.
Okay, that
Yeah,
figures.
we have to. They gave us like 2 hand grenades. You have to hold the hand grenades together with your hands, and you walk.
My God,
Yeah,
I
that's why
would
like
be so scared being in
no,
that.
they trained us though. It's like, when we go to the mess hall, like the food, like in our like
Yeah.
post, the mess hall we called it. And when we eat in there, so we have to hold the tray like that. Yeah, up. So why? Because the hand grenades, we have to hold the hand grenades like that. So we have to,
Oh.
they
What
train
happens
us
if
like,
hold it down?
I don't know. I don't know, but like we have to hold it like that so that or else
Okay.
you have to keep an eye on your hand grenades.
Makes sense.
Yes,
Makes sense that you can clearly see it.
yeah. So that's why we have to hold our trays like that, up. And then, oh my God, it's like so much. Like I was thinking, it was so funny. Like the training, when I thought about it, and, oh, this is my technique too,
Yeah,
because we
tell me.
have to we have to do our beds like nice and tight, like with all those like hospital corners, whatever,
Oh,
do the
really?
corners, and yeah, like nice and tight. And this is what I did. I tape my bed, like the beddings. I tape it right at the back, so because you don't
You're
have time.
cheating.
No, it's actually like I'm like I work. I told you I work smartly. So I
Yeah, I
tape
know
it
that. I know
behind
that.
it. Yeah, I tape it behind it, and then so every in the morning I don't have to fix my bed. I just lay on top of it with my sleeping bag.
Do you guys have allowed to have an alarm clock with you during training?
No, we don't have cell phones. Nothing. We don't have cell phones. Our
Oh
cell phones.
shit!
They took our cell phone as soon as we get there.
So total blackout for the entire duration of the training. You mean?
Yeah, but sometimes when we did something wrong, like maybe like 3 weeks after the training, they gave
Mhm.
us like they will hand us back our cell phone, and they will like for like a minute we can call our families back home for a minute,
Mhm.
like minute or how many seconds, whatever. They will time us. Starts now. Call your family. It's like, oh my God, they better pick up.
Damn.
Yes,
Oh
like
my God. That story you're sharing me is just fairly something new to me. It's totally different from what you see in the movies, right?
yeah, it is different. Yeah,
It is really different.
yeah,
And I
you
really
can.
could
Yes,
holding a grenade like this, being trained where you're at your pantry, try to get your food, you're trained
yeah, I
that
know.
way.
And they will ask you questions. What? Blah 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 blah. And then if you can't answer it, go back to the end of the line. Like, whoo,
Boom.
my God.
Wow, that's really tough. But yeah, I mean, with all the things that you've shared over, at least for now, what do you think is the most perhaps painful experience you ever had? And this is when it comes to working abroad and just having to live abroad. Because in our country is fairly different. You yourself being there in New York, which the city that I've been really dreaming to be. I wanna know your thoughts. How did you go about going through those struggles before?
Oh my God, I had a tough life before. It was like
Really now?
the cultural shock. The culture shock
Ah,
in America. People swears.
yeah.
Yeah, too much. It's like it's just too much. And me, when I move over here, it's like, oh my God, it it breaks my heart. My husband swears a lot, and then I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
it's not normal for me. It's like, oh my God. And then
That's the thing. We're not used to it.
no, we're not used to it because we don't swear. Like
Mhm.
they will like, no, we can't do that in our home, like in the Philippines. So
We
and then
can.
in here it's like, and then like, oh my God, it's like it hurts me, but you can't really like. What I was thinking is like I can't really do anything like. If I cannot change my life by crying in the corner,
Mhm.
I just have to go with the flow.
True, true. You have to.
Yeah, you have to. It's like I had a tough life, and me and my husband is like he was not as nice before us. He is very nice now. It's like I know I mold him to being
I
him
think
right
so.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think
So
he's
did
okay
you
now.
open it up? I mean, when it comes to the culture you are used to and the culture your husband is used to, did you open that up to him?
I actually no. He knows that I told him that like we are not we don't. But I
Comfortable
cannot.
in?
Yeah, I cannot change him. So what I did is uh I don't know. I go along with it. So once I enlisted the army, and oh my God, I swear as a trucker. That's what he told me. He's like, as soon as I joined the army, I swear like as like a trucker now. I was like, oh,
Then the tables turn after the training.
oh yes. When somebody yells at me, I yell back. That's it. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm right on top. I'm on top of it. It's like, yeah, you yelled at me, I yelled at you back. So that's it. But hey, in here though, it was like when you are sick, that nobody will take care of you. Not like the Philippines that somebody will make you
Yeah.
food. That you, I remember my grandpa before when I was in like in the college and when I'm sick, like I have a fever, my grandpa will give me some milk, hot milk, like here, drink this. In here, no, nobody. You have to get up for the next day, so that you
Damn.
could feel better. Like you have to make your own food. Like
You
we
have
don't
you have
have,
to stand on your own.
yeah. So we don't have like TLC in here. Like no,
Tender loving care.
no, we don't have that. We have to still get up and take care of ourselves and our family. Like whew, it's like we have to be strong in here so that we feel like we feel better the next day. So we have to do something. We can't just like lay down in there and like hopes that
And
like
shit, I'm wondering, does that happen just from where you're at? I mean, in New York City or from different other states? Is still the same thing? I mean, when it comes to cursing and the type of culture, or maybe the what we're used to. I mean,
well, I think that's what it is in America. I don't even know, but like yeah, the course in here like a lot. It's just normal to them. It's like it's
yeah,
very
it's
normal.
kind of like their
Yeah.
norm.
Yes. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think
I
I
mean,
think so.
I could attest to that because I've been working for I think for over 7 years now, almost 8 years.
Yes.
Servicing clients in the U.S., UK, Canada per se, and even in our meetings, serious meetings. I'm not talking about
Yeah.
uh, general meeting, but they curse so much, which I
Yes,
was
they
kind of like
do.
I kind of
They
like
do
I
it.
was surprised during the first few years I worked, and then I kind of like got the hang of it
So
as time went by. Okay,
that's it.
so
Yeah,
if
it's
you
normal.
curse,
It's normal.
I think it would be okay for me to curse too. So
Yes.
we're on an
And
even playing field.
and this is what my coworker called me. He's like, here's the bitch. That's he's like and he was like, hey bitch, what are you doing today? So he's like, oh my god, like yeah, I know I am be at work, so so that people will not like they actually like respect me, like
Uh-huh.
they know that I know I'm good in what I do, so so nobody will give shit on it. It's like.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I mean, Shay, and this one I really wanted to ask you this because I've as I've shared, we had so many fun times together, in high school and stuff like that, and even in our freshman years in college. I always visit you at your boarding house during those times. But could you tell me one funny or perhaps one most unforgettable experience or situation we are into that you remember of me?
Oh my god, it's not just one. It's like, oh,
Come
there's
on, refresh my memory. Give me one.
oh, the one is like, I think this is like you helped me a lot. Like you helped me with that sports writing. I don't have any idea. Thank you for that. You taught me how to do it.
Wait,
Do
wait,
you
wait.
remember that the sports writing competition?
Was it in Bohol?
No, in Sibonga. That was the first time I did
Ah,
that.
okay, okay. Now I remember that.
Yeah, you remember that. That was like one thing. It's like, oh my god, you're so good because I was in the other contest. Do you
Yeah, was
remember
it
that?
photojournalism, right?
Yes, I was in there competing it, like laying out my shot and my pictures, and so I couldn't attend to the real like the game. And you were
Mm.
there for me, so and you told me you taught me everything. It's like this is what happened during the game. I wasn't even there, so you just like yeah, this is what happened through the game, and that's what it is. And we actually won. Both of us won won that sports writing contest together. You were in English, I am in the Filipino category. It's like oh my god, and
I
I'm so
remember
happy,
that.
so glad. Yes, see, you
I
remember
remember
that.
that. I,
Yeah.
I I saw you and you were like really cramming when you were onto. I think you had two joined two categories for writing now: photojournalism and sports writing.
Yes,
And it
and we
just
are
so
at the
happened
same
that you
time.
were prepping for the photojournalism contest, and that was the same exact time where the game happened.
Yes.
So you weren't there.
So I weren't there in the game, and I was in the other contest. So see, that's one time. That's what, and then I think we went to Usami's, the national
Yeah,
press conference. Oh my God,
national
whew,
press.
you are courting some like female. I forget.
I always do.
You are too busy. It's like, oh my God, I couldn't keep track of you. It's like,
Was I so busy during it? I was sick. I'm sorry. I got sick during that time. I don't know if you recall.
no, I don't recall, but I all I recall is like you're too busy courting. I forget her name. What's her name?
I don't know. I forgot. It's been like years.
Yeah. So I forgot you're too busy courting her, and it's like, and then by the time we get back, and I don't know, like you kind of like you were mad at me because you had a girlfriend at that time, Jackie Lou, and
Jackie, if you're watching,
yeah,
shout out to you.
yes, and she knows that like you thought that I told her, but that you what you were doing over there in Osami's,
Crazy
and
stuff.
I really did not tell her because
Yeah, we
like,
got a comment from Faye. She says, "I remember that."
so yeah, you thought, but and I was like, yeah, I told my sister, but my sister and her were classmates, and of course that's what happened. And oh my God, uh,
Those were crazy times. Those were
yeah,
crazy times.
oh my God, you're too busy like with all your
You know, I I I don't think I was busy. Maybe. Well, I don't know if. I guess we were the only two people that represented Visayas region, right? For the national press. Was it
I
us or there
there's
were
some more, yeah.
there's
I
some
think
more?
there were some more, yeah.
I had to prepare and represent us and literally danced during the event. After that, the morning after, I got sick, and that was when we had to go to, which was really funny because I haven't studied
The
it was
swimming,
a swimming
yes.
uh,
we all
swimming sport, and I didn't study that, so I was like,
yeah,
what will I fucking write? I don't know this shit. And I was sick. I having like some fever
yeah.
during those times. And I still remember it vividly. I think it was mainly because of the lanzones. We went to
Oh,
Oroqueta City, remember?
oh yeah, I know. I remember now. You were sick. It's like, oh my God, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't.
But the thing is, we had so much fun in there.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. I remember those days.
Yeah.
And
Remember those like the
sadly,
light?
we didn't bring the bag. Unfortunately, we were dominated by NCR
Yes.
region, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah, because I think they were prepared for
they were
that one
really
for the
prepared.
swimming. Yes. And we
And
were
when we
not.
were taken to the swimming pool, we were like, "What the fuck are we doing here?"
Yes. But we know.
Yeah, but it was still such a great, accomplishment, at least for me, because that was the only award I received when I graduated. You know that,
Mm.
and
Well,
yeah, it was some crazy times.
because
And
you were too busy. I know you are really good at school. I know that you're really good with your English, like
was I?
oh yes, you were like you were good, but then you were like you're so distracted with your
I was. I
with
was.
with your dating, and you are too much with your dating things going on your sideline, and you were so distracted about that. So I was like, oh God, like there you go.
Shit, you're dropping bombs on me tonight.
That's actually true. It's like the first year high school, you were like I couldn't keep up. Like I know you were like with our classmates, and then later on, like it's just like it's hard to keep up on you. Like I keep track on you. It's like too much going on. It's like, whew, Juna, like slow down.
We got another comment here from Faye, my sister. Listo do ka kayo mo guest ni daghang manin.
I
I
could
think so. I think so.
yeah, I could tell like names, a lot of names, I could drop names. Oh my god, too much.
Oh
I
my God.
know a lot. I know a lot.
I know that you know a lot. So, well, I was about to share some story with you. Now I couldn't think of because of it. But anyway, I think the most fun memory I had with you was we had so much fun and crazy stuff that we did and we experienced over in high school. But it was on our freshman year in college. We were able to hang out still, despite that I was studying from different school and you are in CIT, right?
Yes, I was in CIT.
It was really fun times together. And I'm so melodramatic. I am very emotional somehow. And on my down times, I always reach out to you, and you never lost the grip in shedding some words of advice for me. And I really needed that during those times. But yeah, it really made me stronger during those times. But I think the fun times we had, not just on the national press conference when we were in Oroqueta. Was it Oroqueta or Tangub? Tangub City, right?
The Tango, that's the Osamis.
Tangub City, yeah.
Yes.
One thing that stands out for me is when we were in Bohol, actually, because you know what? I was the only guy there, and all are
Hold on.
female.
Hold on. My husband is here. Yes, I'm talking to my friend in here in high school. It's an interview. We are on live.
Real live
Yeah.
interview. Hey, Tom.
Huh?
Hope you're doing well.
Oh no, it's just like he has a program online. And it's like
It's a podcast show we're doing.
it's a podcast. Mhm. He's saying
Cool.
hi to you.
Kumusta, Dong?
Kumusta, Tom? How are you doing, buddy?
He
Hope
said,
you're doing well.
"Kumusta?"
Mabuti, ikaw.
I'm impressed, huh?
You see, he's learning. He's practicing.
You should learn because you'll be coming to the Philippines pretty soon, man.
Yeah, he said you should be learning more, like more words.
Yeah, my wife should be teaching me more, but she doesn't.
On your spare time, Michelle, go teach.
Yeah,
Tom.
I gave him the dictionary, but he didn't like open it.
No, I was learning more when you were putting it down, writing it down for me.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Let that all happen. Let me go back to your talking.
All right. See, I told you he will come down when he's like his board's like, where is my wife?
Probably he's already looking at you because it's like 9:30 in the morning, and maybe he hasn't seen you in a while.
Yeah, it's like for an hour. Like,
Yeah, for
why
sure.
I told you, like, he will look for me. He's like, where is she? What is she doing now?
And anyways, I mean, going back to the story shared over, I think one thing that really stands out for me was when we were in Bohol I think it was the regional press conference. We were together there with our advisors, and I think we were about 25 people. Shout out to Ray Bilagantol. We're not. So we're two men on that
No, Inting was with us.
Really, Bohol?
Yes, we went. You remember this? Like we went to the
Wait.
mall in Bohol,
Oh,
and
yeah,
the
I
three of
recall.
us went together. The three of us, like Inting was with us.
I remember now. I remember
He was so
now.
crazy. Yeah, he was so
And I
crazy.
think Nelson was there too, right? Nelson Kisimundo.
Yes, yeah, he
From
was there
Bagakay,
too.
yes.
Yeah,
He was
and
also there.
I couldn't remember who
And
else.
against
But
those guys. So shout out to everybody. Hope you're listening. Or if not, I'm gonna be pinging you on Facebook to tune in to this episode. Those were crazy times.
yes, Inting is a lawyer now. Is he?
Really? Is he?
I don't know. I think he was going to, but I forget.
Probably he is. He is probably. We'll try and ask him. Ting, if you're on board, comment. We'll try to get you on board if you are online right now. Hopefully you are. I know
Yeah.
Farah is
Farah is yes.
a lawyer right now. Shout out Farah. Miss you here. Yeah, those were crazy times. Shit. Anyway, I'm really having so fun. It doesn't feel like a podcast podcast
it's-
show. This is a casual talk between, two good old friends hanging out together.
Yeah,
I
it's like
forgot
those
my coffee.
memories.
I should have brought a coffee with me today. No
Yes,
for-
I have one and it's cold now. So.
Well, I'd love that. Yeah, I mean, I know it's been quite an epic episode we're getting so far, and let me just try and get over our comments while we do that. And maybe we can get some shout outs here. We have one here from Lucille. If I will be given a chance to pick one profession that males can do, I really want to be a military doctor. Wow, good one.
That
That's
is
still
a good one. Yes.
Love it, madame. Faye here says, I remember that. I think she was referring to, that thing earlier.
Inusamis. Yeah, the one in
Inusamis,
Inusamis,
yeah.
yes.
Here, isudug ako yung True.
Yes.
Probably. Ayaw na lang pag-guest, Tio.
Hi, Faye. Happy birthday.
It's her birthday today. Shout out to you, sister. Hope you're having a blast. We got one from Roger, electrical engineer. Yeah, it could be. All right, is it dominated by men? I mean, engineering.
Yes.
Also in the States, it is
I
dominated.
think so, yeah. That was my bachelor's degree. I graduated electronics and communications engineering. But
You're fond of really dominating the men dominated, fields.
I wasn't good at it though. I was like, I failed the board exam. So,
Did you only took it once, or you
yeah,
had a
just
chance
once.
to do it again?
No, I only took it once in November. Remember, I went to Norway right after.
Yeah, right after that.
So yeah,
Went to Manila, processed all the paperwork,
yeah,
flew
it's like,
right away.
swinging
Yeah.
right away. I'm making so much money. I was making money,
Yeah, which is really good. I mean,
Yeah, because
man.
I purchased my first house in Lapu-Lapu right now.
In Lapu-Lapu, yeah.
That's when I was single, like the age of 24. I have that house.
That
That's
is
from,
a big accomplishment.
that was from my Norway income.
Your Norway gig.
Yes,
And you
that's
worked there for 2 years, right?
2 years, yes.
Awesome stuff. Share,
You gonna go back to the show
like-
tomorrow?
No, what? No, we have. Oh yeah, showing to the apartment.
Yeah.
At 3:00.
Yeah, because I have a car show tomorrow.
So you're not going to the showing?
I'll try to get there on time.
Okay.
But if you can get there early, just make sure the people in the back and the bottom aren't smoking pot.
Sure.
Just knock on the door and say, hey, please put it out. Or at
Okay.
least wait until we
Yes.
show.
Yeah.
All right. I'll try to make it down there at 3 because the
Right.
show ends at 2.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah, well, we have we were selling our properties, right? And
Yeah, you
he's
mentioned
talking,
that.
Yeah, he's talking about like we have a buyer tomorrow who wants to see the apartment. And we
Are you
kind
working
of-
with a real estate agent to do that for you?
Yes, yes,
Got it listed and stuff?
yes. We listed it like started last week, and then we have a
Wow.
buyer.
Last week, and you already have some interested parties to buy it. Well,
Yes.
is it, you mentioned the apartment that you guys own?
Yes, we have 2 buildings. It's actually like 14 apartments we have.
Shit, fuck. That's big.
That-
And
oh
where
my
is it
God.
located? Right in the heart of New York, or
No,
somewhere?
no, we are actually like in the capital district. It's like farther from New York, but it's in
From,
our area right here. Yeah.
Is it far, or maybe what, 20-30 minute drive?
No, it's farther than that. It's like
Farther than that?
like 3 hours drive from New York City. It's
Ah.
crazy over there.
It is. But I'd love to be there. I told you, I really love to go to the Bronx and experience how, the hood really is, man.
You don't want to be there, like not. At
I want to
night,
be there.
but I'll take you there during the day.
If I go there, I want you to escort me there because you have a gun, so we
You
can.
know, I have that gun, but I'm not allowed to carry it to New York City.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding you. That's how the hood is in New York. But anyway, Shay, I know that it's been quite long now. We're running, I think, almost over an hour now, which is really cool. And again, I really appreciate you for staying here with me. And Shay, can you share some advice? I mean, for everybody that's been going through some tough times right now during this pandemic. I'm hoping that you can shed some light for everybody.
Oh my God. Yes. Of course, everything you have planned will not, like, shit happens, every time.
Sure.
Just like our podcast today.
You bet. You
Yeah,
bet.
but we moved on and we changed things. That's how it goes. Like, if there's like a rain, like, or a storm, you have to learn how to dance with it. So
Right.
yes, you have to learn how to dance. You can't just like sit down there and wait until it passes. No, you have to learn. So this
Good
is
thing
how
I
I,
know how to dance shit.
yeah, so yeah, I know. You're very good at it. So the same as what I told you before, that like in here, like people swears, and if you can't keep up with it, like, you have to really change your attitude too. So it's not just like
Right.
you'll be crying at the corner and do nothing. You have to change, so you have to keep up with them and swear together with them. And it's
Guys,
actually fun. It's actually fun.
those are
So
powerful, powerful words coming from you. So, I mean, for everybody that has tuned in and has stayed with us today, thank you so much. I think that's one of the biggest takeaway that we can have from you, She. I mean, with what you mentioned, if you are within a storm, learn how to dance with it. Because
yeah.
otherwise, the storm will kind of like kill you somehow.
Yes.
And it's true. I mean, I don't know if you have seen the news over here in our country. I myself, I always stay on top of the news in the U.S. Before I go to sleep, I always watch CNN, CBS. That's before I sleep every freaking night. But to tell you honestly, here in our country, it's been really tough. Lots and tons of jobs has been closing out. Some businesses are closing out too, and people are not so familiar with trying to get some money or making real living, venturing in online businesses, and it's fairly new to some people. But again, it's just like what you said: when there's a storm, you got to learn how to dance. So right now, if you don't have a job, or if you're working on like a skeletal schedule, you gotta need to adjust, and to stay on top or above float, you gotta try and venture into some other avenues that you can make money. And again, She, thank you so much for those words. I mean, any final thoughts about our topic today, women in uniform? How what do you advise for women trying to make it big as well in trying to be like who you are in the army, or being a police officer, whatnot? What can you say for them?
Well, women in uniform, they're badass, highly respected. I salute them. Oh my God. And then for us, like me as a woman, this is my thought, actually. So if you want something, you have to work hard on it.
Yeah.
Really, you really have to work on it. And people ask me this before, it's like, why did you join the army? And I keep telling them, it's like, well, I just don't want to regret the things that I never did. So, right? So I want to regret the things that I actually did. You know, like, later on, you will say like, "Oh my God, I wish I could do that, or I wish I joined that." Like, and it's too late. So I join it so that I will experience it, and I could tell you some more what
Mhm.
happened, and I actually did not regret anything that I did, and I'm
Nice.
so glad about it. See, you just have to move forward, change what you can, and go for the glory. Yay!
Nice.
That's it.
Perfectly said.
Yes.
Perfectly said. And guys, take that from someone again who is a woman in uniform. It's not a joke, guys. I mean, being in the army, like what we have here with Cello, whom I really couldn't imagine to be landing as an army. I've known her to be really sweet, very thoughtful. Has great, brilliant minds that could really attest. And then I didn't find her to be this so tough, and look at her now,
I
right?
never thought I could.
Yeah.
I
I
can do
mean,
it. I don't
seriously.
know.
I mean, even our batchmates, I think so, or people that we know. It's yeah, really couldn't imagine it. And wait, you better try and see this. We got a comment from Jenny which says, "Very well said, ma'am." Yeah, Jenny, I hope that you get inspired out of this. In our country, it's a good thing actually, that today in our country we're getting more and more women in the police academy, venturing into becoming a police officers in the army. We're getting that too. One thing that really stood out for me is the engineering department. I didn't realize that it's really dominant males.
It is. It is dominant.
Wow. And if that's the case, when you took that course, you already have that instinct in you. I guess
it's
so.
it's fun though because like with males, when you're with males, less drama. It's less drama. You will have so much fun. Less
Yeah.
drama. So that's it.
And with us men speaking with women like you, we are getting more sense when it comes to advices. Different with guys. I don't know if you can attest to that, but I've been through that stage. If you talk about problems with a fella like a guy friend or whatever, uh, you'll be getting bullshit advices all the time.
Yes,
No-
bullshit. Like,
Nothing serious comes from their mouth. And yeah, I'm pretty much blessed with having female friends growing up. Really guided me all throughout. And I never even imagined to have graduated high school. To be honest with you, I've been so stubborn during those times. But I'm so blessed that I had you. I had La Arnie, I had Marnelli to guide me through all the tough situation I've been through with some family issues back then. It was really tough. And She, again, once again, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. And before we go, do you have anyone to greet? We are covered and live worldwide, internationally. If you want to greet someone or promote anything, let everyone know. Go.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm a cheapskate gardener. I love to garden. I think I'm waiting for the frost in here so that I could dig up my dahlias, and that
Wow.
yes, that that video will be up soon as I dig up my dahlias, and that it will be titled, I don't know, winterproofing the dahlia tubers. I think so. So I'm yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
hook me up when that video comes live. Send me your link to your YouTube channel so that we can promote it on all the platforms I'm in. We are fairly distributed everywhere. Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast. I'll be throwing in those apps so we can promote it together. And do you have anyone to greet for today?
yes, my coworkers like Sergeant Perez and Sergeant Fernandez, they're awesome. My boss was like Dave Eisenhart. He is awesome too. Oh my God. And I'm so thankful. The division chief of the logistics in the Watervalley Arsenal, it's Walkley, who gave me the chance to work with him. He offered me the job. Actually,
Wow.
he did. Yeah. And yeah, they're so nice people that I work with. Uh,
I mean, people in the Philippines. You got anyone to greet?
oh my God. Yes, my friends here in the United States, like my circle of friends. I have
Uh,
Amy, Kathy, and there's like Jessica. She's a cancer survivor in here. Oh my
oh,
God, we are strong females in here. See, I have a friend, cancer survivor. Uh, if you are around the area, visit Duncan's farm. So I spend a lot of time over there. So she's my friend. Help her a lot with
nice.
because I enjoyed the greenhouse. So yeah, Duncan's farm. It's right over there in Troy, and my friends in the Philippines. Yeah, my mom in there. My sister Claire. She works in a boat. Yeah, she's
Really?
I think
Is Clear in the Philippines? I thought
no, she's not.
she's
She's not
abroad.
in the Philippines. I think she's in London right now. I'm not sure, but
Oh,
she is
UK.
she is in the ship.
Are you really
Yes.
sisters?
Huh?
Are you really sisters?
Yes, she is in the ship, and she is. I think that's she actually passed her the captain. She is like a captain. She has a license for that, like to
Ah,
be a
okay, okay.
captain now, but she didn't. Somebody I offered her a job for a captain, but she didn't accepted it because she's not ready to be a captain yet.
Is Clear married now, Shay? I haven't
No.
seen her in a while.
Oh yeah, she is, like, it kind of. She has a girlfriend.
Okay, that's something so
Yes.
personal. We want to
Yeah.
step away from that.
Yeah. So
But
my
Clear,
mom.
if you're watching the show, I hope you're doing well. I miss you too.
My mom in there.
Tita.
Sarah. Yeah,
Good evening, good
hello.
evening.
My sister in Canada. Yeah. And my dad, my friends in high school, like Evelyn, like Nora, oh Mercy.
Marvy.
Yeah, Marvy. Oh, Marms. Oh my God. When she called me, it's like, oh my God, she sounded like a real, like, American accent. Like, who?
Marnelli, she is.
Yeah. Oh my God, you
really
too. It's like, you speak better English than I am. I'm like, ooh, like, I
Yeah,
have to, like, Google
I
it.
think it's just mainly because that we have no choice but to work in a call center company here. If we want to earn big, I mean, for myself, just speaking for myself, because I'm an undergraduate, so I really had to get into the BPO industry, and
Oh my
I
God,
worked
you
there for
guys are
7 years.
awesome. It's like, hats off. It's like, oh my God, like me, I have my grammar is like, it's broken English, whatever, but at least
Come
people,
on.
like, at least people
Come
could still
on.
understand me. It's like my coworkers, no problem, and sometimes they laugh at me. I laugh at them, so like, I'm glad I could make you laugh.
Awesome stuff. Shay, I mean, before we end our show, I know that we promised everyone to be picking the winner. I don't know about you, but what do you think? Who do you think will be picking? I can probably lead you to one. We got a comment. Let's just go through that together. We need to agree on both
Yes.
so that we
Okay.
can award it. We have, unfortunately, guys, again, we had some serious technical issues earlier. We had great comments earlier, but unfortunately, we can't bring them back in. So we will be just solely relying on the fresh new ones that we have here. Again, I really apologize. I know Romeo Pardillo had a good comment earlier. And again, I'm sorry, man. I gotta have to pick the winner from this broadcast now. So let's check this out. We got one from Lucille talking about the topic or question I shared earlier. She's telling us that she will try and go with a military doctor. Is it true that it's dominated by men in the army as well?
Yes, it is.
It is.
Military doctors, yes.
Right?
Yeah,
We got
basically the whole army, like the whole service
I
members, like, it's
I think
everything.
so. Makes sense. We got another comment from Cuis Charles Tuarez, Roger. He said electrical engineer, which is again, you said dominated by men.
Yes.
Correct. Who else we have here? And again, unfortunately, we can't pull out the rest of the comments we had previously. So between the two, which one do you prefer? The doctor in the military or electrical engineer?
I know they are both, like, really good, very important too.
We gotta need to pick one.
Yes. Okay, so I will probably pick the doctor because we need doctors if we are getting injured, and like in the battlefield, we need doctors in there. Very important.
You're being kind of unfair because you are working in the army.
Yes, if we are injured, we need somebody to fix us,
Yeah. And I think I totally agree with you. I think I'll probably go with the comment we had here from Lucille. Unfortunately, for some of you folks who haven't commented yet, we're picking the winner now. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be awarding Lucille Nothing But Up t-shirt and Cole's Cansi over for her. So congratulations, Lucille. And I'm going to message you with the details on how to go about getting it. Okay? And guys, Shalo, again, thank you so much for spending this, an hour or two with me today. I know it's your day off, and I really don't want to take so much of your time because you will be, I think Tom mentioned that you will be going to, the show for the apartment, right?
That will be tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, 3:00. So yeah, we have a show.
Okay.
But
Cool,
the
cool,
agent,
cool.
but they are buyers too. We already have the contract. They
Correct.
offered us the amount, and we kind of accepted it, but we have to go like a walkthrough because we have tenants in there.
Yeah.
So we're
You gotta.
actually selling the tenants like, hey, like, hey, this will be
Okay,
the
we're
new.
selling it.
Yes, yeah, this
What?
will be
When?
the
I'm
new
sorry.
owner.
When you go about selling the apartment and tenants are still there, when you sell it, will they remain there, or what happens after that?
It depends with the new owner. So if they want to
Oh,
take, yes, they have the option to have the apartment totally empty, or they
okay.
have the option to just retain the tenants. And
Okay, cool, cool.
I picked and I think they picked the latter, that they have to, like, the tenant should be in there, so it's income. The income still coming in for them,
It is
because
streaming, correct.
it's right away. Tenants are there. That's how it is.
Makes sense. Makes sense then.
Yeah.
That's
So
interesting. Interesting to know. All right, cool, cool, cool. Guys, again, thank you so much for everybody that has stayed with us tonight. Thank you so much for everybody that has tuned in. And again, tonight, this is a wrap. Thank you so much. Once again, this is Jameer Angelo, your host for Nothing But Up the podcast. This is episode 16. And I'll see you on our next episode. Peace, y'all.
I'm always flexing.
Thanks for tuning in. Download this episode and pass on the news. Hit like and subscribe. Watch out for our next episode coming out next.